Princess Alexia, one of the most popular young royals, charms everyone with her rebellious spirit, fashion sense, and Latin flair inherited from Queen Máxima. Often called her mother's mini-me, Alexia's life hasn't been without scandals. But who is she really? Discover the true story behind Princess Alexia's life and secrets. When the Dutch Queen Máxima was pregnant with Alexia, it was Crown Princess Amalia who broke the joyful news that she would become a big sister. Amalia phrased it as follows. I am very happy that I can now tell you all that I hope to welcome a little brother or sister in mid-July 2005. My parents are extremely grateful and happy about this, announced the little Princess Amalia. One thing is already clear. Amalia prepared herself in an adorable way for the arrival of her little sister or brother. As soon as the news of Maxima's second pregnancy became known, news also leaked that little Amalia was thoroughly preparing for the birth of her brother or sister. She practices with a doll appropriately named Baby, we read in Amalia's biography. And then the time had come. Princess Alexia was born on Sunday, June 26, 2005, at 2:40 p.m. and immediately made herself loud and clear. Grandpa and Grandma Zorietta look after Amalia when Willem-Alexander and Maxima leave for the Brnovo hospital. They, along with Amalia, are the first to be present at the hospital to admire Alexia. But what was it like for the daughter of King Willem-Alexander and Queen Máxima to grow up as a princess? What language did they speak in the palace? Did they speak Dutch like their father, or Spanish like their mother? The Dutch princesses were raised bilingual. They spoke Dutch with their father, but Amalia, Alexia, and Ariane spoke Spanish with Maxima. How did they like that? The beauty of two cultures coming together and two languages coming together is that you have children who are fluent in multiple languages, said King Willem-Alexander about that choice. Although it wasn't always self-evident. King Willem-Alexander gave a brief explanation of the choices he and Queen Máxima made in raising their three daughters. One thing is clear. Our children were actually raised trilingual, said the monarch. In Dutch, Spanish, and English. Yet they all three leaned towards one language. Among themselves, Amalia, Alexia, and Ariane speak only Dutch and never lapse into another language. That really shows that Dutch is their mother tongue, according to Willem-Alexander. The princesses also found it particularly strange to have to speak Spanish to their mother. In the beginning, they found it very strange to speak Spanish to their mother, King Willem-Alexander admits. She understood Dutch anyway, so why would you go to the trouble of speaking Spanish back? But at a certain point, there was a turning point. But then songs like Despacito suddenly became popular. Then it was very cool at school that they were the only ones who could translate that song, the proud father adds with a wink. We can well imagine that the rebellious Princess Alexia didn't understand why she suddenly had to speak Spanish with her mother. Or was Alexia in her childhood less naughty than her nickname of Rebellious Princess suggests? Queen Máxima reveals how her three daughters experienced their childhood. Was Alexia a naughty girl? Vacations have always been important for the Dutch royal family. The reason is clear. Since the girls often have to miss their parents, they want to make time for each other during vacations. How did those vacations go with the Orange family? Initially, the Italian Tavernelle was the summer vacation destination. This is where the former Dutch Queen Beatrix traditionally spends Easter and enjoys the Tuscan summers. How do the little princesses keep themselves busy there? The little princesses bake cookies, listen to stories, and play in the swimming pool. Mama Máxima adds the following about her two oldest daughters. Amalia loves water, just like Alexia. And they are quite naughty. They get that from the oranges, Queen Máxima adds with a wink during a photo session in Italy that took place in 2006. Alexia also showed her most rebellious side when she absolutely wanted to participate in a TV program. But suddenly everything changed. Princess Alexia wanted to participate in The Voice Kids as a child, but why did she withdraw at the last moment? There is a clear reason for this. Alexia had finally convinced her father to let her participate in The Voice Kids, but ultimately Alexia herself backed out. What was going on? On the one hand, Alexia comes across as very confident, she really stands out during public activities. On the other hand, she is shy. But something else also played a role. We have to consider this. She would always be referred to as the daughter of Willem-Alexander and be told that she had been given those opportunities because she is a king's daughter. Princess Alexia realized how her participation would be viewed. But it's clear that Alexia inherited her love for music from her mother. She likes to sing and sings well. At parties with family and friends, she often takes the microphone. According to family members, she has a golden throat. Her older sister, Crown Princess Amalia, does too. Princess Alexia regularly poses coolly with her guitar. But how close is the sisterly bond between the three princesses? Outwardly, Amalia, Alexia, and Ariane seem to be three of a kind, but what goes on behind the scenes of the palace? Princess Amalia is described as a stubborn perseverer. As a crown princess, Amalia has both diplomatic and stubborn traits, qualities she has inherited from her parents. One thing is clear. She is able to view problems from multiple angles, but can also be determined when it comes to achieving her goals. Her father described his oldest daughter as follows. King Willem-Alexander once aptly said that the sisters always defend each other, regardless of their quarrels. This bond makes them strong, despite their differences. It is precisely because of their different characters that they complement each other where necessary. And then there is a striking statement about the bond between the so-called A-team, as Amalia, Alexia, and Ariane are sometimes called. Their sisterly bond is indestructible. The princesses would go through fire for each other. For example, Alexia stood up for her big sister after a period of threats from criminal circles. Alexia formulated it as follows. I am extremely proud of how Amalia has done over the past year. She has put on a smile every day. I really couldn't do it in her place. I am extremely proud of that, and I think that deserves recognition from everyone, emphasized Princess Alexia about the difficult period her older sister experienced. But however close the bond between the sisters may be, that didn't prevent Princess Alexia from occasionally being involved in a scandal. But she learned an important lesson from it. Growing up as a teenage girl under constant scrutiny is no easy feat. Every move the Dutch Princess Alexia makes is meticulously dissected, and any misstep is heavily penalized. Princess Alexia quickly realized the weight of her actions when she found herself amid a controversy. A few years ago, leaked videos of Princess Alexia, then 14 years old, surfaced online. The videos showed Alexia in various compromising situations. She admitted that she may never uncover the source of the leaked videos, but she acknowledged that the incident had a profound impact on her personality and character. One thing became abundantly clear. Alexia described it as an enormous lesson, emphasizing that it made her acutely aware of the content she shares online. Her older sister, the Dutch Crown Princess Catharina-Amalia, added an important element to this. Amalia emphasized Alexia learned it's important to realize who you decide to let in your life. She also sought to dispel a particular rumor about her sister. Alexia is often portrayed as a rebellious teenager and a fashion doll, but Amalia stressed that one cannot simply frame a person. She articulated it as follows. We are at the beginning of our lives, and the image you project onto us will shape who we become. Is Amalia still talking about her younger sister or about herself and the heavy burden she carries as the future Queen of the Netherlands? Let's not forget the Dutch crown princess has to live with the constant threat of organized crime syndicates threatening to abduct her. How does Amalia deal with that? I try to put on a smile every day and just keep going, Amalia explained during a press conference of the Dutch royal family. The strong bond between the sisters is evident when Alexia interjects while her older sister speaks. Alexia emphasized her immense pride in her elder sister and how she handled the threats surrounding her. "I couldn't do it, and I believe she deserves recognition from everyone." Alexia admitted that the threat has taken a toll on the entire family, expressing it as follows. "Such a threat is incredibly frightening," Alexia confessed during her first press event as a newly turned 18-year-old during the summer of 2023. "The whole family found it difficult. All we can do is be there for her. Such a sweet example of their deep bond as sisters, but what about the money? How rich is Princess Alexia? How much money will she earn? And how much allowance did the Dutch princess receive as a child from her parents, King Willem-Alexander and Queen Máxima?" Queen Máxima has made some surprising revelations about the financial education of her daughters. The mother of the three Dutch princesses Amalia, Alexia, and Ariane clarifies her approach as follows. "Financial education works best when it is tailored to the situations you are dealing with at the moment," emphasizes the Dutch queen. "Giving pocket money at a young age is a great start." She applied this approach to her three daughters, with one clear message that King Willem-Alexander and Queen Máxima emphasized. "We did the same with our daughters under the motto 'Pocket money is learning money,'" testifies Queen Máxima in the Dutch press. And there were important consequences tied to how Amalia, Alexia, and Ariane handled their pocket money. If they didn't use it wisely, they had to accept the consequences. "Once it's gone, it's gone." Máxima shows herself to be a strict mother. When children are a bit older, you can introduce them to concepts like interest and financial buffers. Máxima clearly feels at home when it comes to economics and financial concepts. Not surprisingly, she worked in a bank for years before getting engaged to Willem-Alexander. And she wants to pass on some important financial values to her three daughters. "Our children also have to manage with a budget. If they want something extra, they have to work for it," emphasizes Queen Máxima. Sometimes an exception was made, but the principle is that they cannot spend more than their budget. "We also teach them the importance of saving and having a financial buffer," Queen Máxima explained about how she and King Willem-Alexander guided their three daughters financially in life. Máxima wanted her daughters to understand the value of money from a very young age. How did Amalia, Alexia, and Ariane react when their pocket money suddenly ran out? Máxima admits that there were sometimes tears, but I think that helped. "And now it's a matter of budgeting. You have a budget, and occasionally they go beyond that budget, and then I say, 'That was part of your budget, so Mom isn't going to buy that for you.'" Although Máxima must admit one thing. Occasionally, of course, we are sometimes weak and give them some extra money after all, but generally I say, "Keep track of your expenses and know where your money is going," clarifies Queen Máxima about how she taught her daughters to manage their finances. But how much pocket money did they receive? From the age of 6, the princesses received €1.50 pocket money per week. This encouraged Amalia, Alexia, and Ariane to start saving quickly. As teenagers, they could supplement this money by taking part-time jobs. And for Princess Alexia and Princess Ariane, these were undoubtedly important lessons. For Crown Princess Amalia as well, of course, but she will later receive a state allowance and be assisted by a staff of employees. Princess Alexia and Princess Ariane, on the other hand, will have to work for their money. Although there are, of course, advantages to growing up in a wealthy royal family. For instance, former Dutch Queen Beatrix is said to have given all her grandchildren no less than €1 million on their 18th birthday. Although there is also another rumor circulating. Is it not Crown Princess Amalia, but her younger sister Alexia who will be the first to be crowned queen? Surprising news from the Dutch court where Princess Alexia received a striking proposal. In Spanish-speaking countries, Alexia appears to enjoy significantly greater popularity than her older sibling, Princess Catharina-Amalia. The most rebellious daughter of the Dutch King Willem-Alexander and Queen Máxima is particularly popular in her mother's native country, Argentina. And now we have received surprising news. Among the Argentinians, Maxima's second daughter undeniably stands as the most renowned and most popular of the three Dutch princesses. Alexia has inherited much more of the Latin DNA from her mother Maxima in comparison to her sisters Amalia and Ariane. Queen Máxima already described Alexia as her mini-me, and the parallels between mother and daughter have not escaped the attention of the Argentinian press. Alexia received an unexpected proposal. The Argentine newspaper La Nación features a quote by royalty journalists Paula Galoni and Rodolfo Vera Calderon, who wrote a book about Máxima. Alexia is 100% Zorietta, emphasize both authors. It is very striking in photos, but in terms of personality as well she resembles her mother. The Argentinian royalty watchers draw a clear conclusion. Princess Alexia must have 100% the Zorietta gene, the authors concluded about Alexia, whom they deemed the quintessential Argentinian among the trio of Dutch princesses. Amalia and Ariane exhibit a stronger resemblance to other members of the Dutch royal family. While Alexia is affectionately referred to as her mini-me by Máxima herself, the Argentine press perceives Crown Princess Amalia mainly as a copy of her father, King Willem-Alexander, and they believe that the youngest of the family, Princess Ariane, particularly resembles her grandmother Beatrix due to her intelligence. Alexia's temperament sometimes causes heated discussions between mother and daughter within the palace. She is very temperamental. Either she laughs hard or she cries hard, there is no middle ground, Máxima explained about Alexia. However, Alexia hasn't only inherited her character and temperament from her mother. Her sense of fashion is also very similar to that of Máxima. Now that she is an adult, the stylish princess is increasingly following in her mother's footsteps as a fashion icon and trendsetter. According to the Spanish-speaking press, Alexia has a unique style and a passion for fashion. In Argentina, they are willing to adopt Alexia. Both the press and the people embrace Alexia as one of their own. They'd adopt her not only as an Argentinian citizen, but even at the helm of the country. If Amalia becomes Queen of the Netherlands, Alexia should become Queen of Argentina, as is often jokingly said in Maxima's native country. But whether it's growing up as a crown princess or as a normal princess, the burden is high. Princess Alexia admits that she already went into therapy. What was going on? Princess Alexia was still a young teenage girl when a tragic event shook up the Dutch royal family. Her mother, Queen Máxima, admits her daughters needed therapy. Queen Máxima has always made mental health a priority for young people. She is the figurehead for Mind Us, a foundation that helps young people between the ages of 12 and 27 get a grip on their lives. Maxima's interest in mental health stems from the tragic death of her youngest sister, Inés, in 2019. Inés suffered from depression for many years and ultimately took her own life. Máxima has spoken openly about the impact of Inés' death on her family. She has said that she wishes she had been more aware of her sister's mental health struggles and that she could have done more to help her. In order to prevent a similar tragedy from happening again, Máxima has made it a priority to raise awareness of mental health issues and to encourage young people to seek help if they need it. In this context, it is not surprising that Máxima's daughters, Princesses Amalia and Alexia, have both been open about their own experiences with mental health. Amalia, the eldest daughter, revealed in her biography that she sees a therapist on occasion. She said that she does not see this as a sign of weakness, but rather as a way to take care of her mental health. Alexia also revealed that she has been in therapy. Máxima said that she was proud of Alexia for seeking help. The revelation that the Dutch princesses Amalia and Alexia have been in therapy is a reminder that mental health issues can affect anyone, regardless of their age, background, or social status. It is also a reminder of the importance of seeking help if you are struggling with your mental health. There is no shame in seeking professional help, and it can make a real difference in your life. But now Princess Alexia is enjoying the student life in London. Is it a life full of partying? The Dutch Princess Alexia is currently studying in London, where the daughter of King Willem-Alexander and Queen Máxima is living a luxurious life. Let us take you behind the scenes of the Dutch royal family. Princess Alexia chose London to study in relative anonymity, but some fellow students have already turned to the press to reveal secrets about the Dutch princess. What's going on? One of the reasons Princess Alexia chose London for her studies was to enjoy more privacy. However, one of her classmates has already disclosed secrets about Alexia to the British press. Claire Southcross spoke openly to Gala about what it's like to study alongside Princess Alexia. Claire put it this way. The university is so large, people leave you alone, and you can go about your business. It's not unusual for princes and princesses to study at UCL, Claire told Gala. Yet, this raises a question. While it seems you can be left alone, classmates apparently have no problem sharing details with the press. Because Claire has more striking revelations about Princess Alexia's life in London. Alexia is always accompanied by a bodyguard, but she has much more freedom compared to her sister Amalia, Claire revealed, appearing well-informed about the Dutch royal family's dynamics. She also commented on Alexia's feelings. According to Claire, Alexia is thoroughly enjoying her time in London. She added that Alexia appreciates the British mentality, which many international students find difficult to adjust to. Claire even ventured into meteorology. Many international students at UCL apparently complain about London's wet and gloomy weather, but Alexia isn't bothered by the rain, Claire emphasized in her interview with Gala. For parties, Alexia frequents one specific club. Claire highlighted that Alexia enjoys a good party, particularly at private clubs like Lulu's in Mayfair, a favorite among royals, where Prince Harry and Meghan Markle once had one of their first romantic dates. This brings us to one clear conclusion. While Claire isn't revealing anything scandalous, the fact that a classmate is already speaking to the press doesn't bode well for the daughter of King Willem-Alexander and Queen Máxima. Princess Alexia herself also made a drastic decision just a few weeks after starting her studies in London. Princess Alexia reportedly changed her field of study just a few weeks after starting at UCL in late September. Initially, she pursued a bachelor's degree in science and engineering for social change, a program designed to address societal issues through both engineering and social sciences. This choice was seen as significant for her future, as it was a choice that could also help her older sister, the Dutch Crown Princess Amalia, in the future. The program is described as an ideal preparation for future leaders, said royal expert Rick Evers. It was a great choice for Alexia to support her older sister, Crown Princess Amalia, as a kind of backup queen, Evers added. This suited Alexia, often referred to as the Shadow Princess. But then came surprising news. Just weeks into her studies, Princess Alexia decided to switch her major. She transferred to another program within the same faculty, choosing civil engineering. Why the change? Civil engineering focuses on the design and construction of bridges, tunnels, and dikes, areas where the Netherlands is globally renowned. However, it's a completely different direction. Alexia remained at UCL and didn't have to relocate. But where does she live during her student years in England? Alexia is rumored to be staying in a luxury residence near the campus, which comes with a hefty price tag. According to Dutch media, she resides at Astor College, a student accommodation close to UCL. The cost is steep. A 39-week stay can cost up to £16,000 for a studio. However, there are perks. This residence also provides access to study spaces, a computer room, game rooms, and rare outdoor spaces, the Dutch press reports. And there's more. Princess Alexia will be able to live up to her party princess nickname during her bachelor's studies at University College London. Not only does the campus have several bars, but it's also located near the trendy nightlife district of Soho. And that's how Princess Alexia currently lives her life. What life has in store for the Dutch shadow princess is unclear, but one thing is, Princess Alexia has everything to remain in the public eye. Give this video a thumbs up if you love Princess Alexia as much as we do, and subscribe to our channel to stay up to date with all the news about our royals.